We had a question, I think Benjamin asked it, but it doesn't matter who asked it, about the meaning of Hina and Hopos. And Hina is the word we have right here, just highlighted. Then we have down here, we have Hopos. And I had this discussion in the file that you had, but I went ahead and moved it, and copied it, and put it right with Hina, and also put it with Hopos. So I redid the file and sent it to you. So right here, let's just start here. Final clauses or clauses of purpose. Clauses of purpose that are introduced by either Hina to the end that's to the end that's what Hina means. Now watch what it says, with stress on the result. So Hina stresses the result, or Hopos with the stress on the method. So when you see Hina, it's stressing the result. When you see Hopos, it's stressing the result of the method. Right? Does that make sense now? Does that help?
Yes, sir. Can you give an example or two of a method being stressed?
Well, we just have to let's look up Hopos, see where it's found. Let me get my Hopos. I've got my Analytical Greek lexicon, Analytical Greek concordance rather, Hopos, and that is Omicron. I don't think Hopos is found very many times. Maybe 15 or 20 or something like that. Yeah, well, let's see. We have it in Galatians 1:4. Why don't we go to Galatians 1:4? Would that be all right?
Yes, sir.
And we can see it there. That he might deliver us from, in order that he might, that it's the word translated that. And so that's the result on the method. That's stressing the method. So let's go back to that. Is everyone okay with this? You have this file, so you can follow it through with some more study on that. Let me get out.
You said Galatians 1:4?
Yes, Galatians 1:4.
Oh, that he might deliver us.
That is what translated that. And so that's the method.
Oh, what preceded it, who gave himself for our sins. That's the method.
Yeah.
And then the Hopos connects it to the rest of the discussion.
Yes.
Am I following that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And
yeah, that makes sense. That's the method. It's not the result, but the method that brought that about. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please continue.
I think we had Hina on one of the verses we were looking at. So I'm going to go back to Galatians. Get out of this. Go back to Galatians. Okay. Share it again. This time we're going to look at the Galatians notes. I'm sorry. Where the grammar notes is what we want, okay? I'm sorry, we're studying in Galatians. Our grammar notes, look, let's look here in Mark 15:20. That would be this is the method, see? So they lead him out in order that they might crucify him.
Screen's gray or blank to me.
It's gray or blank.
Yeah, it is to me as well.
All right. I hit the wrong file. That's why you got a blank screen. Bet you get it this time. Oh, so how about now?
Yes, sir.
You see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I think you said yes, sir. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. Enoch and Hopos. And what we have then is, I'm going to look in the lexicon right here, but just myself. All right. Enoch stresses the result, and Hopos is the method. So here's the result. They let him out in order that with the result that they might crucify him. See the stress and the result. Okay. And here's Hopos. The Lord has sent me in order that you might that you might recover sight. So in order that, Hopos is stressing the method, and so the method is that you might receive sight. Sent me with the method that he sent me was that you might receive sight. That's a method. That's according to Vines. Now, Vines has two different books, and they're in the reference at the end of the file. Vines has what we call a Vines expository dictionary, I think it's called. I'm trying to look at my files. Vines Expository Dictionary of New Testament Words. That's the title of it. And then it's got another one that's got that expository dictionary, plus it's got some grammar notes, right? New Testament Greek grammar and the dictionary. And that's a different file. And I'm referring to the one the New Testament Greek grammar and dictionary. That's the file I'm referring to. I didn't know that existed. I bought it, and so it looks like it's a different book, and it is. It has grammar notes in it. So I found this. I bought it about 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember. And so here we have Hopos, right here, and we have Enoch here, and Enoch here. And those are your examples of it. Okay. Any comments there? Does that help maybe a little bit?
The last one, example with Hopos at the bottom there of the list. Did I understand you to say that the Lord has sent me in order that you may recover sight? What's the method here?
I'll take it, and if this is correct, assuming the Vine is correct, and he probably is, that the method of sending him was he was sent, and the method was that he's going to recover sight, and that shows that the Lord had sent him. Perhaps it's confirmation that he had been sent by the Lord.
Because I would see the result being that he recovers sight. That's where my struggle's at. I need to think about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to have to think about it too. Okay, because
it says, Brother Saul, the Lord, even Jesus, that appeared unto thee in the way as thou canst So would the verb that appeared? That's King James.
Okay. So he's probably taking just a piece of it out of the, and it has to be put in the full context of the verse.
Yeah.
Where is this? This is in Acts 9, or is this Acts 9?
Acts 9:17.
Acts 9:17.
Yeah. Thou, let's see, it says, thou camest, that's it. There appeared, it appeared unto thee, O rock.
All right. Maybe we need to keep it in context, put it in the full context. Let's study it between now and next week. We can bring it back up again. Is that fair enough?
Yes, sir. Certainly.
See, the subjunctive then has to look in the context to get the meaning of it. All right. And this, of course, is subjunctive here, right here. All right. So we got subjunctive mood. Okay. Now then, the subjunctive in clauses of fearing or caution or anxiety introduced by the conjunction may, lest, and or hina may, in order that not, usually take the subjunctive mood. Also may pote, lest at some time or less happily. And so that's translated probably in the King James American Standard, less happily, lest at some time. And the diabolos ire, ton logon, hiname, pistus santes, zosin. The devil, the false accuser, takes away the word. He takes away, carries it away, bears it away, lest believing, see, in order that, so this is a clause of fearing or caution or anxiety. And if this is true, if it goes with these clauses, then he's afraid it will cause people to believe and they'll be saved. Right? If that's the meaning of this. And so, of course, it's a participle here. Right? Any comments there? So, all right, that's Luke 8:12. I found that. The devil takes away the word, lest believing they might believe. Of course, there's your subjunctive mood verb right there. All right. Me pote ho, me pote hey, to rubos, to love. Right. Lest, me pote, that's me pote up here, lest being a tumult, and there shall be a tumult of the people, of the Laos people. And that's where the denominations get the word laity from this word, okay? Right? So there's your subjunctive mood being verb. Let's see, I think we have it up here somewhere, right here. I'm sorry, right here. My mouse moved on me. Right there, it's third person singular. And that's our being verb down here. Right here. Right. And then I found out, I believe that's Mark 14:2. Take heed lest someone deceive you. And this is take heed not, you might be deceived, lest you might not be deceived. Right? And the may, and this just was may. May, lest, and may will take the subjunctive. it normally doesn't go with the indicative mood at all, okay? And
Is
so,
blepete, that's UC plural? Is that being translated as take heed?
take heed, yes. Look at this carefully. Look at this thing. What? Take heed. That's how it's translated. Look at it very carefully and analyze this thing. Think about it. See with the eye of the mind.
It's kind of like see not that someone deceive you.
Yeah. See. Okay. See that you not might that you not be deceived. See. Look at this thing carefully. So we have to look things over and think about it and cogitate it in the head, in the mind. That would get to the meaning of blepo. We could get out of this and look at blepo if you want to look at it. But it is, let's go over and look at the meaning of blepo right quick. All right, can you see the lexicon file?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just go down to the letter beta, and I'll go scroll down quickly to blepo. There it is. To see or discern. Let me move this over a little bit because this over here is in the way. With the bodily eye. To perceive with the eyes, to look, to perceive it, say, see with the eyes, the mind's eye. So we're going to see with our mind. And some people will say, oh, I see. And they mean, now I understand this. So look at it carefully to understand it. That help? That's where blepo comes in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Come out of this. And we get back into the grammar. Now we should be back in the grammar if we aren't, let me know. So that we got blepo down here, then it's blepete, of course. I went at you see that second person plural. And it's probably maybe the imperative mood rather than just indicative. Probably is the imperative mood. Okay. All right, the negative with the subjunctive. And the negative is going to be may. It's always may. He not may. And then, of course, we got the being verb, but he may not be. So he not may, a. And I don't know, they must have pronounced this differently than just a, because it had to be some way of distinguishing it. And so, but I guess we've lost it. And they argue about how to pronounce it. I'm not sure. And our problem is we don't know for sure. And they can argue about it all they want, but I don't know how they can prove it. Right. So this is in order that not being, not he may be. All right. So again, we come back up here. Here's our word. It said from Amy, it's a being verb. And it's third person singular. Okay. Any comments there? Alright. Alright, no, there may not be. Any questions? Okay. And so we have Ag Noel. I do not know. And that's from Noel, and Ag is not. That's probably the alpha privative. I do not know, and I'm ignorant. All right. Cathartos, and it's an alpha privative right here, so you see it. Cathartos is clean, and the alpha privative makes it unclean. Okay. And so we have unclean, not clean, and pepto is to fall, and epipepto is to fall upon. And thlebo is to press. It's like, have you ever heard the expression between a rock and a hard place? Similar to that, the meaning of that, you're pressed, you're confined. And one way they would torture people is they'd put weights on them and they'd have to breathe, and your body would have to lift the weights up, and pretty soon they got tired, and after a while it became very difficult to breathe, and that would be scary after a while. That's one way they would torture people. And thlebo, put them in a confined space too. We just had that. It goes with going in order that. Koimao is I fall asleep. Okay. And I am asleep, figurative, it could mean to die. Cardano, again. Mastis, that's a scourge or a whip. And the Roman scourge would have pieces of glass and broken glass and metal in it, maybe even sharp bones. They would hit you across the back, and then when it would hit your flesh, and they'd pull it hard so it would rip and tear the flesh. And they knew how to make you hurt. Hupotasso, and that's a compound word, hupo and tasso. We have hupotasso, tasso and hupo is under. And so tasso just to arrange under, to place. And so to place under or to subject. And a lot of times this will be aorist passive, placed under, but it might be middle, and you have to place yourself under. Sometimes it is middle. And metatsu, between, it's an adverb. And he says fig, probably that means figurative. May, and that's conjunction last. But it also is, it also means not. Hopos, we've discussed it a fair amount already. Pros, and let's break it up into two words. Pros, cartereo, I continue in or with, I wait on, right? So it could be like a person is serving someone, waiting on them. Sterizo, I fix, I place firmly. To fix something is to attach it, see, to place it firmly on something. Poneros, manifest, it's clear. And let's break this up into two words. Pseudo-martyria. Martyria is testimony. Pseudo is false. So that's false testimony, okay? And a lying testimony, lying witness, we would call them. Does that help in the question on vocabulary words?
Yes, sir. On hupotasso, hupotaxo, I assume is the second one. I may have missed that. And hupotage. Hupetage, is that,
That's just second aorist passive.
oh, aorist, yeah, second aorist passive, and for the Hupatoxo, the second one there, what is that?
I guess that's future, probably.
Oh, that's future. Okay, future, and then second aorist passive. All right, thank you, sir.
This is first person singular aorist. This is first person, and it is present tense. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I see the second, right underneath Hupatagane, it has second aorist passive, but with the, I would assume then in Sterizo that the Sterixo in the other column, place firmly, I place firmly,
Think
that
that's-
also would be future.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think I got it.
Okay. And this, of course, is an adjective here. Masculine, there's your feminine ending, there's your neuter ending. Okay. And
Yep.
this is a noun, there's nominative, there's your genitive ending, and then there's your article. Okay. All right. Any other questions? And I know some of this you already know, but I'm repeating it in case people are listening to it on the internet. Okay. Play with. Okay. Let's see. We have gone about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. And have you translated text A by any chance? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You have? Bobby,
Yeah.
have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let's start on it then.
Let's see, find it.
Okay, Bobby, you want to do the first one?
Let me get over there.
Down to where the cursor is. I'll highlight it. I'll highlight it for you. So we can
Okay.
start talking about it. Down to that.
Let's see. Okay, I got it. Plathos, the acuuntes, Jose, Oye, El Athon, Pros Alton. And I said, a great multitude hearing how many things he was doing came to him.
Okay. Okay, with hearing how many things and what now?
Multitude hearing how many things he was doing.
Okay, where is your subjunctive mood verb if you have one?
I don't, let's see. I don't have one.
Oh,
Not one.
So I'm gonna go up
Acuantes is,
words that help
Participle.
saying, okay. Probably had one of these words in our text somewhere. Oh, Tom.
it's,
Yeah. What, Benjamin, did you have something to add there?
no, I was pretty close to what Bobby said.
Okay.
I said a great multitude hearing how much he's doing, they came toward him.
Okay. All right. We'll go with that. Okay. Make the deal all the way down to, let's go way down to here. Okay. It's not gonna try that or
Were you meaning me?
please.
Okay. Kai epen tois mathetais autu hina ploiarion Oscar terre auto dia ton oklon hina me thlibosin auton. And I said, he said to his disciples that a boat should be on hand to him lest the crowd press him.
Okay. And in this case, it's the same word for oppress as well, isn't it? Okay. So press upon him, okay? And that's the crowd should. All right. Anything you want to add there? Either one of you fellas? Up here. James?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right. James, I'm going to have you to take it all the way down. I guess take it all the way down to here.
Okay.
If you would, please.
Yes, sir. Polus gar etherapusen hosta autus epipetain auto hina autu aptontai osoi ekon mastigas. And I translated that, for many are healed, so that they fell upon him in order that they might touch him for themselves, so many as were having afflictions.
Okay. See, the affliction and scourge are the same thing, both giving you pain. See, that's probably what it's stressing. They had something that was causing pain to them, okay? All right. Anybody want to add anything there? Oh my, Bobby, we got you a long one here.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bunch. Okay, go ahead. Well,
Let's see if I can speak all of that. Kai ta pneumata ta akasarota hotain auton ethuoru pros pipton auton ka ek reson leganta hote su he huias tu dio. I put down, and the unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell down before him, and they cried out, saying that you, I guess I should have put, you are, left that out, you are the Son of God.
okay. You are the Son of God.
You are the Son.
Jesus didn't want demons confessing him, but they did. And so what we see is confession made by them. And of course, enemies of Christ could use that against him, or might try to. So he told them to be quiet. Remember? Okay. All right. Let's see.
He many times throughout his ministry also stressed that it was not yet his time.
Yeah. And so for some reason, he wanted to be quiet, I think, in that context. All right. I got the short one for you, Benjamin, if you would, the next one.
Okay. Kai pala epetima autois hina me auton phanaron poiosin. I said, and many he rebuked them lest they make him manifest. It's not too clean. I wasn't 100% on that one.
Well, it could be make or do, either one. Okay, make is good. All right, okay. Anybody want to change anything, add to that translation? James, got you a long one here. Oh. James, I think it goes all the way to the end. Boy, that's a long sentence, but go ahead if you will, please.
Okay. Kai anabaine, eis to horos kai proskaletai, hus aethelen autos, kai apel thon, prosauton, kai epoisen, dokdeka, hina, hosin metautu, kai hina, apostele, autus, kerusein. And I translated that. And he went up into the mountain and he cried out for himself who he was wanting, and they departed from him. And he made 12, and I put disciples as an ellipsis, in order that they may be with him and in order that he may send them to preach.
The word send is a word for apostle, isn't it? Apostello.
Yes, sir.
It was a commission. Okay. All right. Dodeca. Deca is how many years is the decade?
10.
So dodeca is, do is 2 and 2 and 10. So we have 13, for example, and then it's 3 and 10, 14, 4 and 10, 15, 5 and 10, 16, 6 and 10. It's very similar arrangement. Dodeca is 2 and 10 or 12. And okay, just that's just kind of helped me to remember it when I look at that. I can see it. So, trideca is 13. Tre is 3. Okay, tre is a word used in English, even tre for 3. All right. Any questions? Anybody want to add anything to that translation? Okay. All right. Geologists will talk about orogenesis, and that's how that's beginning oros, orogenesis. I'll write the word down here. How the beginning of mountains, say orogenesis. And that's from oros, which is mountain, and then Genesis is the beginning of something. All right. And so the problem atheists have is they can't figure out how mountains began. They can't explain how mountains where it came about. Okay. Right? Are there any questions? That's a side point. It had nothing to do with the Greek. Okay, sorry about that, except oral Genesis. All right. You want to do text B, some of those?
I've only come to the first 2. I haven't finished them all yet.
Benjamin, have you done the first 2 by any chance?
Yeah, I was going to take a little more time and try to get them done.
Okay, how about let's do that next week?
Sounds good.
All right.
I have a question on number 8.
Okay, is it
The very last word is, I looked in the book. It should be anatososin. Left out a sigma and a omega right at the end there. I think.
Thanatosin.
Yeah. Tososin. So, tososin. That's what
I'm looking at my original book, and it's got thanato without a new on the end of it.
Yeah. Is that a movable new?
It's movable new, I think. So we can take the new off. It's not in the original book. The guy that made this,
Okay,
that's what's in the original book right there.
after the first omega, it should be a signa and an omega after that. That's what I'm asking.
Thanatos and Thanatos.
I think
So instead of Thanatosi, he's saying it should be Thanatososi.
Yeah. Well, it's in the original book. It's what it is. I'll have to study it and see if the original book may have had a typo error.
I searched and
that
searched.
looks okay. Isn't that third person plural, subjunctive, present?
I think so.
What it is.
Thana-
And let's see.
They may die, or
Yeah.
they.
Thanatos and okay. OC. Let's come back up here and see if we can find it. Oh, see right there. That's your endings. OC. Right there, third person. Uh-oh. Active, it's active. All right, does that help? Oh,
Well, I have it Arius, I thought was right. So I don't know. I just had a hard time trying to figure out.
I think it's present subjunctive, third person singular. Third person, I'm sorry, plural. Let's go back up and look at it. Right here. It's that ending right there, that's 3 letters. Three letters, OC.
Okay.
I think it is. I think that's what it is. I'm going to take the new off it because it's not on the original. And
Okay. Take the new one.
the new in, and it's maybe right out of the text of the Bible. Okay. You know, that they may put him to death, they may kill him. They sought out false witnesses in order that they might kill him. See, they might kill him. That might be right out of the text of the Bible. That's maybe where the movable new came from. Might be in the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, might look at that and see if it's there in the text of the Bible somewhere. That
It's,
sounds like scripture to me. They sought out false witnesses in order that they might put him to death. Right? Does that help?
yes, sir. I couldn't find any help on it, so
I'm gonna leave that movable new on there for right now. I'll just put it back on, and I'll research it and see if it belongs on there. Okay.
okay.
We've gone about 45 minutes or so, and so we've done enough. We'll pick this back up and do text B and then get into the next lesson next week, Lord willing. All right.
All right.
Now, I want you fellas to know in early January, I'm going to have to, for 4 weeks, I'm going to have to be working at night. And that's my secular job, and I'll do that. And then I will be through, and I'll be retired next year. And I'm bailing next year, and so we won't be able to have classes for the first early January and a little bit of February. Okay, for about 4 weeks. Okay,
Sounds good. Thanks for the heads up.
Thank you.
But probably start in the middle of February, somewhere thereabouts. Just start our classes back up. All right. Since I'm the only one teaching right now on the internet, Chris is doing some teaching, but he's recording it. Okay. All right. Okay, fellas. Any questions?
No, sir.